Hi everybody, June here from Red Daisy Crafts in San Antonio, Texas. We are going to be playing today with the new paper pumpkin. That is the May paper pumpkin called The Best There Is. So I'm super excited to be here today. I know it's not my usual day. Because we were traveling yesterday, I wasn't able to be here. If I can get this box open, we're going to do unboxing, and we're going to at least do one alternate project. So the ink spot for this month, let me put us down to the table. I hope everybody is doing well and had a great, nice long weekend. Happy Memorial Day to all of you. And so the ink spot this month for May is Misty Moonlight. I have my big ink pad out here, so I'm going to just set that aside. We also have our beautiful stamps that come in this kit. And once we get inside, I will show you a close-up of those. Let's just get this out of the way. And we are going to open up the kit. I'm super excited about this kit because I am in love with the Country Woods Designer Series paper. And this card kit includes a lot of those elements. As you can see straight away, there's lots of wood grain elements in the kit, and I have a little bit of a trick I want to tell you about. So here is a better picture of the stamps, and this is even better here. Whoops, let me get it in the right place. See if we can get it to focus. There we go. So we have Happy Father's Day sentiment. You're the best there is. And with love and admiration to the most amazing person. I love that. Then we have really beautiful imagery of some trees. Many of you might say, oh, that looks a lot like Lovely as a Tree. And then we have just a little ground, kind of grunge looking stamp that is always useful. So I already have some stamps out, so I'm going to set that aside. But I did want to share a little trick with you that I'm going to keep the cardboard close by. So we also have glue dots in the kit, a sheet of dimensionals. We have 9 wood grained looking envelopes, so lots of extra DSP there if that's what you choose. These are the cards that the kit was designed to make, so very beautiful. There we go. Wants to fight me. I don't know what it's trying to, has to pick something before it will settle. All right, so we have card bases. This is just kind of a regular crumb cake card base there. And then we have a card base that is a really dark brown, like early espresso color, with this really beautiful imagery already pre-printed on there. So there's 3 of each of those. Then we have this gorgeous wood painted, distressed looking card bases in the Misty Moonlight as well. So card elements that we get are some really fun, delicate twigs, leaves, whatever you might want to call it. And that's going to be in these colors, which I believe is, Pool Party. And then this is the Wild Wheat. And we have Misty Moonlight. And then you're also going to have the basic beige, crumb cake, and early espresso in these elements. So we have a couple of card layers that are in this multicolored wood elements. These are 3 stitched circles with already trees pre-printed onto them. We have a whole 2 sheets of layers for sentiments, and then we have 3 of these layers that come in the kit. So you have 3 of each of the 3 cards. So we'll put those together. So we're going to need 1 of these. I'm going to set the other stuff aside as we go along. So I don't think I'll need more than 1 of these. So we are going to need 1 of these. That's going to go there. This sentiment tag or banner is going to go with that one, and then we need the bigger one that is going to go with the early espresso card base. I'm going to get one of the circles here with the pre-printed trees. That's going to go here, and we got that piece. So I think we're just going to need 1 of these. So this element's going there. Have just be really delicate whenever you take these guys out because they are a little fragile, So that one's going to go there. Then these other 2 go with this other card. So that's going to go with that one, and then this one here this one, which reminds me of like a little bit of coral reef. That one's going to go there. So we have this card base with these elements right here. I'll move that out of the side. This card base with these few elements, move that out of the side. And then these right here are going to go with this piece here. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is a lot of times whenever I get the stamps out of the packaging, it seems like the ink has a really hard time grabbing onto the stamps. But I found the last couple of times that when I press my stamps into the cardboard base that comes in the kit and just do it 2 or 3 times, I am not having trouble getting the ink to grab onto my stamps. And so I just wanted to share that. Like, we can clean it. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can put the, oh gosh, the stuff for embossing. Why is it escape? Versamark. You can put Versamark on it before you put the ink on. But honestly, like, I am surprised how great this worked. So I'm going to keep doing it. And I think you might be surprised that that's going to take care of it every time. So yay for that tip. All right, so we are going to make the cards that came in the kit, you know, based on the guidelines that they intended. And then we will make an alternate card. So this first one here that we have is this card here. Oh, they have a stamping on the envelope. What a great idea. I haven't seen them do that, at least recently. All right, so I'm going to fold my card base and I'm just going to burnish the edge with my bone folder. Always nice to have that nice crisp edge. Now, to be honest, you could flip this either way. we're putting on a layer that's going to cover up quite a bit of it. I can see they're using this one for the front, but I actually think I'm going to use this one, this side. All right. And so this is going to go on here like so. But we have some stamping to do first. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done right at the first. Okay. And so we are going to, let's see, it looks like they have us stamping. Where is my, here it is. We have this here. And I want a little sheet of paper. I just had some. I'm just going to grab one of these that I had printed some stuff on earlier today. So I'm just going to use that here because if we are going to be stamping on this, which it appears to have us doing, I'm going to want something behind here. All right, it has us using this little grungy piece stamp that is just like got some dots on it. Could be like ground cover, things like that. See here, it's just, you know, a little bit, you know, grainy looking. And so, but it has us doing it on these leaves. So I guess to give some texture to them. And yeah, I'm good with that. It would definitely give them a little bit more dimension. And so I don't know how well you can see that up here, but yeah, you can see it pretty good. That's nice. That's nice. So we have that done. I'm just going to set that aside. And for this sentiment, we are using "You're the Best There Is." So I'm just inking this up, and it's going to go right on here. Just lining it up. And I like the sentiments in this set. Very nice and bold, crisp lettering. There you have that. And so that piece is going to go with it. So I'm going, oh, we might as well do the trees on the envelope while we're here and have the ink open. All right. So let's just stamp these up, and there we go. Very nice. Very nice. Paper has a little bit of a I don't know, finish to it because the ink is taking a bit longer to dry. So I'm going to set that over here so it can set and close up our ink. So if you're watching today, please say hello in the comments and let me know that you're here. I would love to know who's watching and be able to say hello later if I don't see the comments. I know, again, that this is not my usual time, so I'm not expecting a bunch of people, especially because it's a holiday. But it would be great to see anybody that's here and joining. So we're putting some dimensionals on the back of the card layer that came in the kit. They have us putting on, I guess, 6 of these down the sides. I would normally put one in the center just because I want support, but we are going to be putting a sentiment on, and maybe they just wanted to have less bulk on the card. So This is just getting centered right on the card front, like so. And then we are going to flip this over. I really like what that did to the leaves. Great idea. And we're going to use a couple of these glue dots. Again, love that they're the big ones. Those are my favorite. I know sometimes that doesn't work, but I do like that these are easier to work with. So this is going to go on up here, about right here, onto the card. And then this is going to get put right on over that, like so. And you're right, it's going to miss any other dimensionals there. So I'm going to put one here and here, and then one in the center there. And that is going to, I think, finish our card. Let me just make sure. I want to line this up here nicely, like so. And that is our first card. So super simple, right? Beautiful. You can put another sentiment on the inside. Very masculine, but really can be used for a lot of things, right? You're the best there is. Cleaning person. Hey, Susan, thanks for joining. I'm glad you're here today. You know, this could just be used for a lot of different reasons. So I'm just going to set that aside and let's do the next one. Susan, have you already got your kit and you played around with it or not yet? All right, so I'm just going to set that over here. And now we're going to get this one out. I'm going to just varnish the card base like so. And just picking my side, this will be my front. We have this layer piece that's going to go on here. Like so. And I guess actually this card's going to go this way. So we're going to have Happy Father's Day on here with these elements. And oh, interesting. All right. Some more little techniques that they're recommending in their stuff here. So let's get this piece out. And one of the things that they have us doing is with the ink spot. I do have a Misty Moonlight open, and they have us going around the edges of the navy here and just putting on some texture to that. Now, mine looks a little bit different, but it doesn't really matter. It just is adding a little tone on tone to that element right there. Then we are going to go ahead and stamp our Happy Father's Day onto this banner for the sentiment. Okay, so we have that happening right here, like so. You didn't get your kit. Watching the grandkids has kept you busy. Oh, how fun. Oh, you did get your kit. You've just been playing with the grandkids. Got it. All right, that sounds like fun. And oh, I wanted to do my trees on my envelope. They have that again that they're suggesting. So let me get that out here. And there we go. Will be a nice little ad. for those envelopes. All right, so now we can put this one together. Ooh, a little tight. And so let's see here. All right, so the first thing we're going to put down is this card base or layer. We're just going to put 6 of these glue dots onto this. And just like so. And you know, I like to use my take your pick tool to get these layers off. The little glue dot covers. And I just use the poke tip to pick up that layer. So, okay. So we have the opening down here. And now this is going to just get centered right on here. So just adhesive on them. All right. So now we have a couple of things happening. So we have our trees. Okay, that's right up. And it has us putting dimensionals here, here, and here. And then we have our little coordinating strip to go under our sentiment. And it has us putting a dimensional on this end. So here and here, but then a glue dot down here. So that tells me it's going to layer on top of this. And then this is just getting some glue dots on it on the bottom here. Yeah. You know, in the instructions, if you follow kind of where they kind of are helping you layer things up properly, so that when you start to put things down, you don't have things lopsided and things like that. So this is going to go about right here, a little off to the left. All right. Then this is the next piece that we need. And that's just going to go right down here. So trying to figure out the spacing there. So the glue dot was over here. Now this was already on dimensionals, but the rest of this is on dimensionals. Now this is going to layer on top of here. I might actually put a dimensional up here just for my own preference, because that's going to be here by itself on the card. And I guess I just think it's going to be better if it has its own support. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So we have the glue dots that are going to glue on to this part. And then I have a dimensional that's going to be right up at that point right here. So we got the glue dots on the blue piece. That's a really simple card, but it's really nice looking, great for Father's Day. Really love all the wood textures in these. And then of course we have the coordinating envelope. And so that's our second card. All right. And then we have our third card here. And this one, let's go ahead and burnish the card fold. Just like so. And this one, we are going to be stamping that, do I have the subs? Yeah. upside down. The message that is with love and admiration to the most amazing person. Really a nice sentiment. Boy, this one is tough today. Let's see. Really prefer to, with these, to have the sponge mat. All right, so there we go. And let's see if I can get this in the center. And voila. It's really pretty. I like it. Very nice. Very nice. So this, oh, let's go ahead and do our trees on the envelopes while we're here before we go and put this all together. So just putting that on here and set that aside. All right, let's put our ink away. And the first thing we're going to do is put some dimensionals on here. So it just has us putting them like 4 corners in a sense, even though this is not really a rectangle. But all very good. And that just gets centered inside what was already pre-printed on the card base, making a really nice, I mean, honestly, just like this, it's not half bad. So now, of course, I jumped ahead, and these are supposed to go behind there. So we are going to improvise. Because I already stuck that down and I don't want to try and bring it up. So I am just going to improvise here. And I'm going to stick a glue dot right on here. And we're going to put these down. If I can get that piece up. We're just going to do our own planning here. There we go. And then this one's going to go on top of that, underneath of here, like so. And again, I'm just going to stick a glue dot on here, right here, I think. Now, you'll see whenever we get to our alternate cards, I'm going to cut some of these apart. I mean, I just don't, you can make so much more out of it without them. Now, I even think I could probably stick these two together like so. Let's see if I can, because I think that'll work down there. So this one's gonna go right on there. Then I'm gonna put another glue dot behind here before we put it under here. So, like so. There we go. So there you have that card. All right. It's really pretty. I could see that you could almost take some of that wild wheat and the pool party and do what we did with the other leaves on these. That would mix it up even more. But very, very simple here. And that's what's so great about getting all the elements, because you have the pieces that can kind of like really just make these go together so quickly. So we have, that's our third card. All right. So let's make a alternate card. All right. And I have a couple that I've already kind of designed. So let me just grab one from here. Keep things simple today. And so I made this card already for us. And so this is a bit of a fun fold, a Z fold. And I've brought in some of the Country Woods DSP, okay? And I'm also using a punch that is the Modern Oval, I believe is the name of it. Let me just make sure. Yes, Modern Oval punch that I used here. And so we'll put this together. And I also used that ribbon that I shared with y'all before. Where is this? Here we go. That ribbon that is like the jute. And so I just keep tearing off a little bit of this to be a little bit of a thicker linen thread. Okay. And so I have that piece, and that ribbon had polka dots on it. So occasionally we get like a little polka dot stuck to our linen threads. So I don't know if you can see here, but there's a couple of polka dots stuck on there. I just think it adds a little extra element. But I did a little crisscross thread on here. And so let's put this together. It's pretty easy, but we're going to do some stamping and things like that. So let me just move some of this out of the way so we can do that here. And so we're going to start with our card base from the kit, okay? And we're going to stamp across here with the trees. And I did some stamping off on this. And so I've got my extra little sheet here to use. And whew, goodness gracious. I'm lucky I don't have ink all over my hands from that. All right, so I'm just stamping off on here. And I'm going to start down here. And I'm just a little bit off of the card base, okay? And then I'm going to stamp up here like so. Little tiny bit off of the card base. But then I'm going to come and we're going to have one here. Just making sure I'm not getting ink all inside my card. All right, and then we're going to have one coming in down here, like so. And I have one up here, like that. And then I think I had one here. I'm going to add one more that I didn't have before, but I think I wish I did, which is going to be down here. So just random trees going across our card base like so, okay? And since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and stamp 2 envelopes because I like that so much. I didn't do it when I created this one, so I'm just going to do it while we're here. As a matter of fact, if we weren't live, I would just do all my envelopes all at one time, like so. There we go. I'll set that over there. All right, so that's what we need for now. All right. Now, like I said, we have the card base from the kit, and we've stamped on it. Now, normally this would fold in like this, but because we are doing an alternate, I'm leaving the base, the white on the outside. Okay. And so we are going to fold it in, all right, like so, and then burnish that edge there. And let's, for now, put our ink up. All right, now that I have it like this, I'm going to fold this one out. All right, and that's going to give us our Z fold. Now I'm just being, really picky about making it straight here. Now I could have scored it, but this is just as good. All right, so now I have my Z fold like that. Okay. Then what I did was I took a couple of the sheets of the designer series paper. So it's these 2 sheets. And I've cut these pieces like so. And we are going to layer this on top of each. All right. So let me give you some dimensions of this. All right, so there's 2 of each, and the larger one is 3 inches wide by 4 1/4 tall. So you're gonna have 2 of that for the larger size, and then the smaller one is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, which just gives you like 1/8 of an inch border around around the edge. So just a real thin 1/8 inch border around the edge like so. Okay, and on this one for the front, I took that little speckle piece and I put some of that around this piece of paper. So just giving it a little more to the background on the paper. Okay. So nothing really intended by this other than to just layer in some additional, I guess, texture to the paper. Okay, so that's all I did. All right, and it looks like on the first one I may have stamped off, so we'll compare and see what we think with that. All right, let's see what else we need to stamp while we're here. So we're going to need a sentiment on here. All right, so we're going to use Best There Is. Let's see. Here it is. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that on here. I am making a mess, getting ink places. I don't want it. There we go. And then I did bring in some of that little speckle edge, and I just put it kind of above it and below it, like so. All right. So that just, was a little decoration, that's all. All right. So that piece. And then we have, I guess I haven't punched that yet. Oh, wait, here it is. I thought I had. So I used that some other paper in the Country Woods DSP, but you could also use an envelope. All right, see, they're the same. So just know that you could also do that. All right. So here I put some trees stamped right on here. All right. And I really am making sure that the biggest of the trees is fully on the oval. All right. So, just like so. All right. And then I did bring in some of that little grunge stuff, and I put it on like a little ground cover down here because we're putting it onto the piece that it's going to get attached to. And I believe that is all of the stamping for this card. So I'm going to put that aside. Okay. And now I think we can start to build our card. All right, so let me get that out of the way. So we have our smaller piece of the DSP that we stamped on, and we're going to layer it onto this larger piece. And now that we are doing alternates, I will use my multi-purpose liquid glue that I prefer. And I highly recommend that if you're going to be doing paper pumpkins, that you have a variety of adhesives available to you. I'm just trying to move that a little bit to get it even on here. So that's what that piece looks like right there. Okay. Then we have our little twine piece that we got. And so I'm going to find the center of that. All right. And I'm going to flip this over. Now I am going to use a glue dot for this. But I'm just going to start right in the center with the glue dot. And that's really just to tack this down. So let me just tell you how long of a piece I have. So I have a 30 inches. I have 30 inches of this twine. Okay. And so now I have that piece on there like so. And I am just taking a little tiny snip off of my piece of paper here that I'm going to use to just cover up the rest of that glue dot like so. This is going to get covered up so nobody will see that, but I just want to be able to tack this down. So, and this is where I'm just coming on and I'm crisscrossing this. Okay. And this one's going to go around here like so. All right. And then it's going to come around the front and I'm going to tie a bow up here. I just wanted to do something different with the twine. And so I just came up with this little idea of wrapping it up differently. Okay. Just, it kind of like how it is in the woods, they just, branches grow every which way and they get crisscrossed. And so I just thought that this would be an added element for the woods and the trees that we had going on here. So that's what that looks like. Okay. And then that's what it looks like on the back. And you can move these around if you think you don't like how it's positioned. Or whatever, but this is going to get covered up right here with our trees that we cut out. Okay. And so I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. All right. And I'm just putting a couple of dimensionals on here like so. I want to make sure there's nothing preventing it from getting tacked down good with the extra thread behind there. Okay. And so just making sure that I have that centered like so. Okay. So that's what that top element piece looks like. And it's going to go right on here like so. Now, the thing that I want to make sure of is I want this to be in the center on my card, right? But I also want to see where this is going to come. So I'm doing something different. On my card, I ended up putting the brown, I really want that to be here. I ended up doing something like this to cover that up, which was not, it was not necessary to do all of that. But I have some other pieces here that I can use to cover it up. So I am going to just cut a piece here to go across the back of it, like so. And I think I can glue it down and cut it easier than I can make sure I get it perfect with the cutter, just because that'll be easier. So I'm just doing that right here. And then we'll trim this off. There we go. So now that's not going to be visible. And it won't be an eyesore on the back. So when it's open, it'll just be like that. That'll be good. All right, so the next thing I want to do is put down our inside piece, because that's how we will line up what goes on the front of the card. Oh, if I can pick it up. My goodness. All right, so we are going to layer on our smaller piece of the DS like so. Get that on here even. There we go. And then we're going to put this one down onto this piece right here. So you have room to write. I think that that's light enough for, you know, a dark pen to write a message. If you thought that that was not light enough, you could always put in another piece of white, basic white on here to give you room, but there's always the back of the card, which is white. So you can always, you know, put your sentiment back here if you need to. Ooh, sorry for the shaking. So that's going to be like that. So you're the best there is. Okay. Now we're going to layer this piece on, and we want it to go on top of that other piece, right? So that's why I was saying, like, we want to put the bottom on first, and then we can come in with our top layer, okay? And glue that down. So I am just lining this up like so before I press this down here. Okay. So that's our card, all right? And it opens up like that, all right? And you do see that inside, but not, that's not scary looking, all right? But I do like this better than this one, because you miss out on the trees that we stamped on the card base, which I think is nice. All right, so just making sure this gets tacked down good. All right, so that's that piece of it. Then we're just going to add some gems, or I shouldn't call them gems. These are pearls in a sense, but they're gold. So I got a little bit of gold pearls here to put on. I thought that that matched up nicely with the wood tones that we were putting on here, like so. And so that is our alternate card for today. All right. Very nice. Guess I need to put a little extra glue in here. Seems like that wasn't holding very good. All right. That's better. Beautiful. All right, so we are just under an hour now, and we have some beautiful envelopes. We made an alternate card right here, and then we made the cards for the kit, which I think are beautiful. Let me just move that out of the way right here, like so. And I'd love to know what you think. Leave me comments. Tell me what you think. I think I like the stronger color on this one compared to this one. I like them both. But this one, I don't know, maybe my ink pad was juicier this time around because it looks like it is. But I'd love to know what you think. I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day, and I will see you next Sunday. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.